If you feel stuck right now, if you feel like nothing is working, I want you to know this. You're not lazy, you're not broken, you're not defective, there is nothing wrong with you. You just need a smaller starting point. Hi, I'm Maggie. Welcome to the Inspire in 5 podcast. So I had a client recently who was struggling because she was really trying to turn her health around. She was eating really well, she was exercising, she was doing weights, she was doing all the things that you know to do. And after 3 months, not only was there no change, she felt like she'd gone in the wrong direction, that she'd actually gained some weight. So as you can imagine, she was feeling really demoralized and kind of threw up her hands and was like, there's just no point. Like, I could see the pain that she was experiencing, like it was hopeless. And I asked if I could do a bit of an exploration with her and unpack exactly what habits that she'd been doing and to see if I could help get her back on track. So it's important to know that my client loves being at home. She works from home. She spends all her time at home. She has 2 cats. Home is where the heart is. It is her haven. So we needed to create a habit that was so small and so doable and so achievable. And the thing that I need to do is to help her find a cue to trigger the walk. Because even though walking is going to be the habit, the most important thing is the cue to trigger the habit. So we thought, okay, what is going to remind you to go walking when you've been feeding the cats? We thought about Post-it notes. I'm not a big fan. I think they can be helpful for maybe day 1, 2, 3, but after that we tend to filter them out and we don't really see them. And after a bit of a discussion, we agreed that my client would put her running shoes, walking shoes, next to the bed. So when she got up in the morning, she'd go to the toilet, put her shoes on, then go downstairs and feed the cat. Plural. Now, another thing that we agreed is that the client actually doesn't even have to go on the walk. What we're trying to do is get the client outside. She's such a homebody. Once she's out, she's completely fine, but getting her out the door is the resistance. That's the most difficult bit. So we agreed all she has to do after she feeds the cats is step outside. Step outside and shut the door behind her, and then the habit is done. Excellent. Naturally, she'll probably want to walk around the block, but that is not an expected thing, and that is not what she has to do. Now, my client has been texting me every morning for accountability. So today I got a message from my client and I quote, "I can feel minor ripples in my thinking. I can feel minor ripples in my thinking." And I loved that. That was a huge cause of celebration because what that is telling me is that she is creating new neural pathways. And when she said ripples in her thinking, she's actually unknowingly describing what happens when the new neurons are making connections. It's so exciting because those ripples are the beginning of transformation. They're the new neural pathways forming, literal connections in the brain rewiring themselves. If you've ever seen neurons connect under a microscope, it is a sight to behold. So for the person thinking, oh, if I don't go walking for an hour, it's not worth doing. No, these very, 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 very small micro habits are changing brain chemistry and setting you up for success. We are building momentum. So you've got to shrink the goals down until they're tiny. And I know I've talked about this before, but I'm going to talk about it again. And I'm going to keep talking about it because this is so important. So a little story about me. Earlier this year, I herniated a disc and it's been quite painful. So I have one-on-one sessions with a Pilates instructor who's kind of like a rehab expert. She's amazing. And I'm struggling to remember to do the exercises at home. So I went through the same process for myself. I needed to make it easy for myself and I needed a cue that would trigger the exercise. So I had to think about it. And so one of the exercises I do, I need a yoga block to go between my knees as I do like a glute bridge curl thing. So the yoga block, I leave on my bathroom sink. So when I get up in the morning, I go to the toilet, I take the block, I lie down, I put it between my knees and I do 1 minute of these bridge curl things. And of course I can keep going longer than a minute, but that's not the goal. The goal is to do 1 minute. And it's easy. And I'm doing it every day. I share this with you as an example of nothing is too simple and too easy. And by the way, if you've ever heard that it takes 21 days to build a habit, that is completely false. And I'm going to talk about that in another episode. It actually takes anywhere from 18 to 254 days to build a habit. It depends on a lot of things, but what's important is that you keep showing up day after day. Consistency. And one thing to really help you with consistency is to have a habit tracker. Whether or not it's an app on your phone or a paper tracker, you do get a nice little dopamine hit every time you cross it off. And if you'd like some one-on-one coaching with me, my calendar link is in the description. So think about a habit that you'd like to install. What do you think the cue for the habit might be? What's the first micro step to get you moving? I would love to hear what cues you are using to trigger your habits. Please put it in the comments. I'm so excited to see. Let's talk about it. Until next time, my friends, stay inspired.
Like and subscribe.
If you've ever seen neurons connect under a microscope, and then after a while, okay, this is a little bit harder than I expected. Okay.